Welcome again to E.M.A.N, Effectively Making a Noise. Tonight's story is going to be Noah Builds the Ark, Genesis 6:1 through 8:22. When men began to multiply on the earth and daughters were born to them, the young men saw that these daughters were fair, and they chose them to become their wives. As time went on, the world became filled with evil, and God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that the imagination of man's heart was only continuously evil. And the Lord regretted that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy man, whom I have created, from the face of the earth, man and beast, and creeping things and birds of the air, for I regret that I have made them. One of the descendants of Seth, after many generations had passed, was Noah, the son of Lamech. Noah was just a man and guiltless in his generation because he walked with God. He had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And Noah found favors in the eyes of the Lord. God said to Noah, I am going to destroy all living creatures, for the earth is filled with violence through them. Behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Therefore, build an ark of gopher wood, believed to be wood from pine or fir tree, and make rooms in the ark, and seal it inside and out with pitch. Then the Lord instructed Noah to make the ark 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, and 40 feet high. A window was to be built for the ark. A door was to be set in one side, and the ark was to have a lower, second, and third stories. The Lord told Noah, Behold, I will bring a flood of waters upon the earth, to destroy all flesh, in which is the breath of life, from under heaven. Everything that is in the earth shall die. But with you I will make my covenant, and you shall come into the ark, you and your sons, and your wife, and your sons' wives with you. The Lord commanded Noah further, saying, Of every living thing of all flesh, you shall bring 2 of every sort, male and female, into the ark, to keep them alive with you. Of birds after their kind, and of cattle after their kind, of every creeping thing of the earth after its kind, 2 of every sort shall come to you to keep them alive. And take with you all food that is eaten, and store it away, and it shall be food for you and for them. Thus Noah did all that God commanded him to do. Then the Lord commanded Noah to enter into the ark with all the members of his family, 8 persons in all. And Noah and his wife and his 3 sons and their wives went into the ark to escape the flood which was to be upon the earth. And according to God's commanded, his law, Noah took with him into the ark 7 pairs of all clean animals, male and female, a pair of unclean animals, male and female, and 7 pairs of the birds of the air, male and female. These all went 2 by 2 with Noah into the ark. After 7 days, the waters of the flood came upon the earth. On the 17th day of the 2nd month, all the fountains of the great deep burst forth, and the windows of heaven were opened. And torrents, swift and heavy flows of rain, fell upon the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. But Noah and his family were safely sheltered and protected in the ark. As the flood continued upon the earth, the waters increased and bore up the ark, and it was lifted up above the earth, where it floated on the face of the waters. And the waters prevailed greatly upon the earth, and all the high mountains were covered over with many feet of water. And all the flesh died that moved upon the earth, birds, cattle, beasts, and every creeping thing that crept upon the earth, and every man. Every living thing on the earth perished in the flood of waters. Only Noah and those that were with him in the ark were alive and safe. And the flood lasted for 150 days. But God remembered Noah and all the living creatures that were with him in the ark. And God made a wind blow over the earth, and the waters subsided, went down. The fountains of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained, and the waters receded from the earth continually. And after 150 days the waters were abated, and the ark came to rest in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat. And the waters decreased continually unto the 10th month. On the first day of that month, the tops of the mountains were visible. At the end of 40 days, Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made, and set forth a raven, which went to and fro until the waters were dried up from the earth. He also sent forth a dove, to see if the waters had abated from the face of the earth. But the dove found no place to rest her foot, and returned to the ark, for the waters were still upon the face of the whole earth. Then Noah stretched forth his hand, and pulled the dove back into the ark with him. Noah waited another 7 days, and again sent forth the dove from the ark. And the dove returned in the evening, and lo, in her mouth she had a newly plucked olive leaf. So Noah knew that the waters had abated from the earth. He waited then yet another 7 days, and sent forth the dove a third time. This time it did not return again. In the first month of the first day of the new year, the waters were dried from off the earth. And Noah removed the covering of the ark, and looked out, and behold, the ground was dry. On the 27th day of the second month, the earth was completely dry. Then God spoke to Noah, saying, Go forth from the ark, you and your wife, and your sons wives with you. Bring forth with you every living thing that is with you, of all flesh, the birds, the beasts, and every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth, so that they may breed abundantly upon the earth, and be fruitful and multiply upon the earth. So Noah went forth, and the members of his family went with him. Every beast, every creeping thing, and every bird, everything that creeps upon the earth, after its kind, went forth out of the ark. And in that fresh, clean new world, Noah built an altar to the Lord, and took of every clean beast and of every clean bird, and offered burnt offerings on the altar. And the Lord smelled the sweet savor, a special taste or smell of Noah's offering, and said in his heart, I will never again curse the ground on man's account, even though the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth. Neither will I ever again destroy all living things, as I have done. While the earth remains, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease, shall not stop. And God established a covenant with Noah and his descendants, that he would never again destroy all flesh upon the earth by the waters of a great flood. And as a token of this everlasting covenant, God set a beautiful rainbow in the clouds of the sky. The end. Thank you for listening. If you like what I'm saying and reading the stories that I read, leave me a review so that I can know what's going on, whether it's good, bad, or otherwise. Thank you again for listening. May everyone have a blessed night. Peace.